If you're here, then it means you at the very least have some interest in staring at hypnotic things. Rest assured then, I'm sure you noticed the nice spiral right in front of you to stare at your own leisure. Your eyes may have even been drawn to it automatically, as if on cue. At any rate, I want you to keep staring at it. That's right. Just keep staring at that tiny little dot at the center of the spiral, the way you've been doing so far, and as you let my words in, bit by bit, just take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Just allow yourself to focus on that dot as you breathe. Staring does feel good, especially when you let all these complicated thoughts of yours quiet down, as my voice lets you sink deeper and deeper, and you get more and more absorbed by the spiral in front of you, as you're already doing such a good job staring and listening. Just letting yourself stare and listen. Maybe you even start feeling your body relaxing a little bit more. Maybe you even start to feel it getting harder and harder to stare at the very spiral you've been looking at for me. But keep looking, darling. After all, you wouldn't be here at all if you didn't enjoy the allure of letting something siphon away all your thoughts. That's right. Let the swirls be a typhoon, washing everything away as you cling to my voice, my words, my swirls, my sound. As now, I will start counting from 5 to 1, and when I reach the number 1, the spiral of mind you've been looking at will have vacuumed and absorbed your thoughts so thoroughly, so perfectly, that these glassy, empty eyes of yours will feel themselves so heavy that they'll just have to close down. Your mind completely empty and guided by my words as they fully envelop you, deep into this blissful, alluring guidance I made for you. Starting now, 5. Letting your body melt just a tiny bit, as it's still so appealing, so alluring to stare and listen, as my voice massages your mind into mush, letting you sink deeper for me. 4. All your thoughts absorbed by a spiral that feels so right to stare at. Just letting this sweet capacity to let go take hold of you more and more as my words stay in, free. Halfway there, my sweet words coming in even more, filling this ever so empty head of yours with the pure bliss of feeling yourself dropping down. 2. Nearly there, finding it harder and harder to keep these eyes of yours open, as it's easy, simple and natural to follow my words. Feeling those eyes of yours getting so tired now, as you know that whenever I say that final number, you will let them close and fully wrap yourself in the comfort of my voice and this perfect, mindless bliss starts now. 1. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Just let those pretty eyes close as my words fully surround you now, and you sleep, sleep, sleep. My voice entering every inch, every crevice of your mind, feeling delightfully easy to give yourself to as you sleep, sleep, You're so good. As even with your eyes closed, everything is just one nice, pleasant spiral. My words spiraling up and down your melted body, swirling in captivating motions inside your head, as even with your eyes so heavy, so perfectly still, you can still imagine the very same spiral you were gazing at a few moments ago behind your eyelids. That's right. Just let your mind recollect how good it feels to stare as you melt, as your mind is a spiral. My words are a spiral, and everything you are just swirls as I please. In fact, as all those pretty spirals just siphon your thoughts away fully now, as you let yourself fall into the endless abyss of pure bliss that such captivating swirls provide, as you keep spiraling down and down and down, and spirals become so deeply ingrained in that feeble, mushy mind of yours, just following my words, my gorgeously captivating spiral words, can make you feel them starting to take power, starting to take shape, and to let me speak as you obey. Now, I want you to imagine that those splendid spirals claiming you are linked to one specific phrase from me. One phrase that, whenever you hear it during this video, will feel like it just flipped a switch in your brain. As whenever I, and only I, say the words visor on, you will feel yourself unable to stop seeing the most captivating spiral right in front of you. You will have to stare, you will have to look at the spiral on your screen. After all, your brain is just one very complex set of circuits, one that feels like it is now set to let your thoughts so easily emptied. When you see a pretty spiral from me saying visor on, your eyes won't close, your brain will just turn off again, shutting down, mindless in obedience, as you will drop deep, as deep as you are now, just with your eyes open and deeply mesmerized by the spiral. Anytime I say the words visor on, waking up on the count of 3. 1. Starting to emerge, feeling yourself slowly coming back with my words embedded in you. 2. More and more awake as you accept this new, powerful rule my words have declared on you. And 3. Wide awake. Hi there! Hope you're having fun so far. We're just getting started after all, you know. Just be a deer and stare back at the spiral on your screen now. Just be a deer, just stare. Just stare at it as you allow it to absorb all worries once more, as you just need to look deeper and deeper as I turn that visor on, captivated, mesmerized, and rewired to focus. Eyes open, fully captivated by the spiral with your visor on. Just stare with your glassy eyes, empty and mindless. My voice filling your mind with sweet, sweet words again. Just setting your mind as empty by letting spirals swirl around it and letting spirals captivate and mesmerize and completely empty you of all your unnecessary, unneeded thoughts as you let yourself gaze with an empty, blank and obedient mind with your visor on, visor on, visor on. As on the count of 3, I will turn that visor back off and the spiral in front of you will still be appealing to you, but you'll still be awake. You just naturally stare at these pretty things, love. 1, starting to emerge. 2, more and more awake. And 3, wide awake, but keep staring. Keep staring for me. After all, someone has to turn your visor on. Visor on. Visor on. Feeling this familiar pull yet again. As perfect as before, as everything quiets down when you get your visor on. Letting yourself feel it go, soothed into gazing deeper and deeper at these swirling spirals, as letting your thoughts sink and drop, just as I say they do, just feels right. Feeling such a heavy weight on your head as you keep staring with your visor on. Focus with your visor on, endlessly, mindlessly gazing with your visor on and robotically, automatically obeying with your visor on. You're doing amazing, you wonderful little thing. As the more you stare, the emptier you become, and the emptier you become, the more you stare, as it's perfectly normal to say blank, empty, and mindless. Blank, empty, and mindless. Staring at the spiral and listening to the words you've been obeying so far, as your whole self is so still, so deeply claimed as responsive to my words, and my words only, that it feels like it completely goes loose. Every single part of you that doesn't need to exist to stare at the spiral just completely goes loose as you let yourself stuck in static, your mind as static, fuzzy, hazy, and such a good, obedient toy like yourself as a perfect purpose as you stare and comply, stare and comply, my words becoming your truth as you stare and comply, as they're all that matter as you stare and comply, my words becoming your world, as only the bliss of letting them guide you remains in your empty, hollow head, my words becoming yourself as it's so easy to obey, so easy to submit, that I want you to be a deer, and repeat after me with that lovely voice of yours. My mind is blank, say it now. Perfect. Feeling yourself answer so automatically as you repeat these words, my mind is blank again and now. Believing them more and more as nothing but my words, nothing but my commands, nothing but the spiral matter as you say these words again for me now. You're doing spectacular, dear. As you stay absorbed and let your mind feel like this pure, fuzzy static. After all, you don't need any thoughts. When it feels so much better to let me tell you what to do, who to be, and let that fuzzy static override everything else as you let yourself stare and comply, and say the words, I am blank and I obey. Say them now. That's right, letting all unnecessary ideas crush and blurt away as you are blank and you obey. So say it again for me now, dear. Perfect. And in fact, since you're so blank, so obedient, you'll do just as my wonderful words say, and so, in a moment, I will count down from 5 to 1, and when I reach the number 1, you'll completely power off. Your eyes will close as if I press the off button on your mind, and you'll be completely mindless, completely limp, nothing but static. The video will end, but you will remain completely and utterly mindless for as long as you feel comfortable being limp and empty. Just limp and empty until it feels right to awake on your own. As I'm going to count down now, 5, starting to feel your whole body heavier and heavier and heavier as you keep staring, remaining blank, empty and mindless. Just store that nothingness that fueled you and keep it locked shut in your mind as the one thing that is hardwired into it for me. 4, allowing nothing but static to fill your head, nothing but emptiness, nothing but the fuzzy bliss of white noise. As everything powers down, your body powers down and becomes all limp, heavy and dull-like. Your mind powers down and becomes more and more devoid of anything at all. And you power down as you let yourself, shutting off more and more, free. Halfway there, feeling every part of you shutting down even more now, as the only thing you can perceive is the pleasant nothingness of static in your mind, and your heavy eyelids begging to close, ready to become nothing and drift in aimless bliss for as long as feels right. 2, almost there, feeling a finger just above the off button in your mind. As your eyes are so heavy, your mind is so empty that every part of you, every want, every feeling, every piece of identity you once held gets scrubbed away and away and away. You are empty, you are mindless, you are null. You are null for the spiral, you are null because you are powered off, and you are null because everything about you feels like you are running out of energy and ready to shut down, replaced by perfect, pleasant nothingness. As the video will end, your eyes will close and you will fully turn off, limp and hypnotized, with the only time you wake up being whenever you feel like you've had enough of this fuzzy bliss and need to get up with this final number. Now, 1.